It's a celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Where's my background?
Celebration.
Your bass is pretty good, Derek. That's a little scary. All right, y'all. What's up? You're on with the Black Comic Lords. What's up to the squad? Ms. Angel.
Hello, hello.
Dr. Wizard Derek, the Imperious Flex himself.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
We have something to celebrate, y'all. Epiphany engine is fully funded. The magic has happened. The biggest, best Black independent project of all time is upon us. It is real. It's in fruition. And we're going to celebrate it and thank each and every one of you. To do that, let's bring on the Epiphany Engine squad.
Yes.
Tony Kittrell.
How you doing?
Joe Illidge, Marcus Roberts, Carla Madrano, and Colleen Douglas from 3 a.m.
Hey, don't mock me, right? I'm in my pajamas and I kind of did my hair because I kind of forgot I was going to be in public.
Yeah,
So,
thanks for waking up.
You're still hypnotizing around here, so it's all good. You know?
yeah. You don't have anything to worry about. You're wearing a hat, and everybody knows you. You know,
This is a Black Comic Lords. We're not fans. We're family. So don't worry about it. You're good.
That's right.
That's right.
Thank
So to that point, thank you, family, for making this happen, and thank you guys. You guys have worked tirelessly, effortlessly to bring this project into fruition. And on behalf of the Black Comic Lords, we want to give thanks and praise to all of you guys for all your hard work. Because this is a dream come true for comic book fans and the comic community all around. So thank you.
It wouldn't have been done without you. Thank you, guys. We truly appreciate you.
Exactly. Like,
and I say thank you to the fans because it takes the fans.
Listen, and real fans. You know, there are the people that say, "Oh, I wish there was this,"
right.
But then when the time comes, they say, "Oh, I hope someone else makes this possible." Right? It's like, no, you have to back up your words with action. And the people who really came into this, they had faith in this. They had faith in us. They had faith in possibility. And it's just heartwarming. It's heartwarming when there's a community of people that want you to win, because they know that when we win,
everybody wins. There you go.
Yes.
That's right.
Everybody wins. This is about us, you know. Talked about it last week on Carla's IG Live. For me, this is the Harlem Renaissance moment. This is the great day in jazz moment. This is the moment that, you know, when I was 10 years old, I was hoping for in this industry. And we did it, y'all. We made history.
Yes.
Not only did we make
all of us.
We made history, period.
Yes.
And the we is 45 publishers, over 85 creators, over 50 characters, the fans. And when we talk about the fans, it's not just the Black community. It's the larger comic book community just came out and just kept pushing this and saying, we've got to make this one happen. We want to see this, right? And that's very hard in superhero fiction or genre fiction, because people feel like I've seen it all. But I feel like, and I'm going to say this as objectively as possible, as someone who is actually purchasing DC Absolute Power and purchasing Marvel's Blood Hunt, this is better. It's more exciting. And the reason it's more exciting is because there's so many new characters to explore for people, right? when you go into these other events, you know Blade, yeah?
Yeah.
You know Amanda Waller, yeah?
Yeah.
But you're gonna meet so many different characters, and that's exciting. The process of the new is exciting, yeah?
Yeah, that's one of the things that you have.
Coming from a generational standpoint, you know, we as comic book creators, we know what our predecessors did and what they attempted to do and the limitations to that. And we are at a point in history where there are no limitations for us. The sky is the limit. And we set out to be that example. When we came together, it was about the power of unity, as I saw somebody comment. It was about us making a statement. And I would say this to Joe often. We have to make a statement, and that statement has to be loud. And so far, the statement has been made with a few more days to make it even louder. So
it will.
We're going to continue this thing, and this is just the beginning.
And I saw a comment from Ben Jones there. Ben, you've been on my radar for a long time now, so if I'd have known, I'd have found you, brother.
I saw.
What's the deal with Ben Jones? What's the story? I didn't know this story.
No, he said if he would have knew about the project, he said he would throw some art our way. And I was saying that, you know, I've been a fan of his for a few years now. So if I'd have knew that he was interested, I'd have tried to find him and reach out.
Yeah, I saw another comment that you know, they said, you know, a year ago on their podcast, they said a project like this would have been impossible. And they're like, we're glad that you proved us wrong. You know?
Wow.
That was all right. Everybody on the panel probably knows, except for the fans out there. This to me was something personal. I've been in different type of crossovers before, and because of one thing or another, whether the same two issues, ego and money, that stopped it in its tracks. And it was four brothers who came together with me, and we only got one issue done, and that stuck with me. And I feel that's been my greatest failure, personally. That's how I feel about it. So, and I'm telling you why it was a failure for me, because I had to hear, see, we told you brothers couldn't get it done. They can't work together. They can't do stuff like this. And I heard it not from the other, but I heard it from my own. And that stuck with me, and it gnawed at me for years. This was in 2013. Well, 2012, going into 2013. So when this project came around, I was like, this is getting done by hook or by crook. I was like, I'm not going to fail again at this. So to me, everybody else who started was talking about, oh, we're going to get paid. We're going to do this. I'm like, nah, I'm not taking no money from this. And I'm saying, hey, Rich, how you doing? I'm saying this publicly. I'm not taking a dime from this, because it wasn't about money for me. I said it from day one. I'm saying it now. The reason I'm doing this is because I had something to prove. If brothers could work together out of no envy, no egos, nobody thinking, oh, this guy bigger than me, we came together because we chose to come together, and we got it done. Point blank.
Brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Excuse me, the ladies, because the ladies contributed mightily to this project.
Listen.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you, ladies.
Right, we got
you came and you showed up and showed out, both of you.
Well, here's the thing: we're not here without the black women,
Indeed.
right?
Indeed.
We're not here, and you know,
Angel, you too, love. You've been behind the scenes. You've been a big supporter, and thank you.
Yeah, black women, we naturally create and give birth to ideas, and we create an environment to allow our partners to ideas to flourish and nourish and nurture. So I want to thank Tony for allowing me to step into the marketing position.
Oh no, you helped me out, because for real, at a certain point, I had Joyce to tell me, you're supposed to be 10,000 feet level. Let us handle it. So I'm so used to having to have my hands and fingers on every part of projects. So I had to learn to let go and trust. And then you all stepped up and you did phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I want to point out that chat post that just came out from iManifesto.
iManifesto.
Back to that there. Yeah, this is bigger than the Black Panther movie to me. Here's the thing, anyone who's seen me on Facebook or in space for 2 seconds know I'm a big Black Panther fan. That's big thing for me. And we all know how big that event was with that film, that first film. But for the culture, for Black comic collectors, this is arguably a bigger event because this is about the comics. That was a movie. This is specifically about the comics. For our culture that we love, that we're a part of, this is one of the biggest events that's ever happened. And I don't say that as hyperbole at all. We've had instances where this has been attempted before, and as Tony pointed out, just never comes together. Even with when you go back to all Negro comics, and trying to do that issue 2, never happened. It gets undermined, either from without or from within. And this is about us coming together, all of us, fans, creators, publishers, all of us saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. It's 2024. We should have had this.
100%. And there's 2 things that come to mind, which is number one, you're talking about Black Panther, and you're talking about this. Quick anecdote: I have family in Nassau, Bahamas, right? And there's something about the people in Nassau that even though they grow all their own fruit and vegetables, a number of them prefer produce from Miami, even though it will cost them more money to have that imported. There's some kind of glamour about the food from Miami, even though all of y'all have like guava trees and star fruit trees on your property, right? So I think about a lot of people and I'm like, the love that you show for Black Panther and Wakanda in particular, owned by a corporation, why would you show any less love for Black creators and publishers who have been holding it down for 30 years, following in a legacy that, to your point, goes back to 1947, right? There's something psychologically to examine there. And what's really heartwarming to me about this thing succeeding is that this will be a benchmark. This will be a point that people for the next 20, 30 years can look at, the same way that the publication of Static #1 in 1993 became the benchmark that changed everything going forward. People proved that they believe in their ideas, and the people who are closest to them in the environment more than they believe in an idea that speaks to them but is corporate owned.
Right. It's
and
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. And the other quick thing I want to say is, here's another thing about this book. Everyone who worked on this book just next leveled it, because like from an editorial standpoint, working with so many creators, Colleen being one of them, because Colleen wrote one of the main chapters on the mother, Jackie McCallie, we really didn't want to asphyxiate anybody with letting you kind of flex. Like Brandon wrote this first chapter script, and we had a very basic skeletal structure. But like what Colleen did in her script, what Robert K. Jeffrey did in his script, it was just a joy to read. Like everyone put their foot into this because they know what this means. You're seeing our cover artists throughout the industry, they're doing covers at a level of quality they never did for Marvel, that they never did for DC, because they know what this means from a business sense, from a historical sense, and from a point of creative and entrepreneurial profundity.
And in some sense, they should do it more than they did it for Marvel.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Should.
And in English,
It's
that's
not
why
an
I can
option.
say that and no one can come for me. So it's fine.
Speak on it.
Yes. But
Say it.
you know, I have to say one main thing. Carla, you're a rock star.
Yes, she is.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she is.
You are a rock star. I have never seen anyone do that many promo videos. That was just mwah. You could just pick it up and you could go around flexing like you knew what you were about on social media, even if you're like, you don't know what you're doing, right? It was easy. That was gorgeous. Thank you for that.
It means so much to me coming from another queen. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful, beautiful work.
And Carla would just give us orders. She would say, hey, we're going to do an Instagram live video tomorrow.
Right.
And I'd be like, on a Sunday?
Right.
Tell us what time to be there.
What time to be there.
Yeah.
You know? But
one of the things that I really admired about how things not just took off, but how the admiration I have even now is how organic things have become in terms of picking up the slack and pushing and promoting. And as we just said, people stepping up to levels that even they probably didn't know they could achieve. It's, when we use the term all in, we were all in. I was at a con in Miami this past weekend and was talking to a customer about the Epiphany engine. And his words were, you all threw up the effing hat.
Yes.
That call was put out. And everybody, and Aquapain, everybody answered this call. And I mean, it's just the book is so symbolic of not what we're capable of, but what we have been doing. And we're ready to, like, okay, we gave y'all the opportunity. Now we're getting ready to take over. Today is the day everything changed.
Yeah, everything.
100%.
Everything did.
100%.
And sorry, real quick.
No, go. You're good.
Yeah, that was when I came on board to do the graphic design and whatnot. You know, that was the tagline that I globbed onto. You know, change everything, because this was the moment. And I've been looking at some of the responses. You know, some people were saying like DC and Marvel wouldn't have the guts to do this. DC and Marvel couldn't do this. DC and Marvel, they don't have the wherewithal to do this. And this is something
they don't have community anyway.
Yeah, this
you
is
don't have. They don't have community. They are
right.
They are
because
they're corporations.
Well,
exactly, they're a corporation and they're business people. They don't have community. And for a start, you have to have a love of comics. If you came to comics thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be fly. I'm gonna be," no, you're in the wrong dream right there. Okay, you have to love comics. You have to love it when you're down. You have to love it when it hurts. You have to love it when you fail. You have to love it when you succeed.
Yes.
You have to love it to be here.
Yes.
And above and beyond that, DC and Marvel could not do this because the misnomer when a lot of people look at representation, they look at the characters. They forget about the creators. And let's keep it a buck. Like the major Black characters at the corporate 2 were created by white men. So they could not do something like the Epiphany engine because of the fact that they have no skin in the game.
That's
the
right.
thing about Epiphany Engine, more so than anything, more so than representation of the Black characters, which is awesome. This is a representation of the Black creator. You know, the men, the women, the brothers, the sisters, who, when we looked at those other comics from the others, and don't get me wrong, the characters are cool. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, Black Panther's cool, Blade is cool, like all those characters are cool. But whenever I on these internet streets and I hear people talk about representation, it's like, how many Black creators do you know? How many Black creators are supporting that put your foot in it? And so so Epiphany Engine could not happen at DC and Marvel. You know what I mean? Because of that climate. Epiphany Engine could only happen when we Black creators, publishers, fans got together and we said, we need to show what we can do. And that is a testament. You know, you talk about how everybody put their foot in it. You know, we have a dream team of creators, right? We have the cats who have worked at the DCs and the Marvels and whatnot. You know why they put their foot into this one? Because it means more. Because it is about us. It is way beyond Nubia finally getting some shine in the industry. You know what I mean? Or Sync joining the X-Men proper. No, this is about celebrating creators like Colleen, Tony, you know, Marcus, publishers like Joe, who's been holding it down for 30 plus years in this editorial space. You know what I'm saying? This is about us, 100% pure, undiluted, unfettered. I'm Liberian. This is the root right here. And if you're Liberian, the root is a drink that you only want to take a sip. Because if you try to take the whole drink, it'll knock you the fuck out. You know what I mean? This is the root right here.
Yep. And you know, we cannot neglect to, you know, give thanks to all the lords here who also took an extra step in the advocacy of this. I mean, we've just had so many interviews, but what y'all have done for us has been more. I'm so glad to see the preacher, Mr. Right here, because he was able to speak the necessary truth. I think for us to overcome and truly get to the promised land, the uncomfortable things must be said out loud.
Always.
And sometimes you're in a position where you can't, and others can. Sometimes I've been the person who can say the uncomfortable things. With Epiphany Engine, not so much, but y'all did, and we are thankful, and we know that this was truly a combined effort. And to your point, Jiba, when you're talking about Black Panther, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby are dead. When you're talking about how long Black Panther's been around, it's been for decades. But in this case, the creator and the executive are one and the same, right? Like, you have Alonzo Starr, who owns Acolyte Comics, and he owns Concrete Comics, and he writes Acolyte, and he created Acolyte. It's like the creator and the executive are the same. And so there's a different intimacy. There's a different understanding than if you're an executive. And to Colleen's point, the characters are intellectual properties. If you see them as IP first and the vehicles for profound story second, that's a fair business perspective, but it's not the perspective that we did this from. Right.
We were all fans.
So
and one thing about the group, because we do have a group that with all the creators and writers and whatnot, excuse me, and you see how the fandom in each of the creators in that group is present in the fan art that they do. Once fan art started happening, we started seeing some artists who never had the opportunity to draw other characters from other people, you started seeing this fan art happening and occurring. And then you started seeing people who had never worked together come together to do art, colors. So this is just something that is unifying for the comic book consumer community. It was unifying on many levels. I mean, it checked off so many boxes as far as just the level of togetherness that was displayed. And it is truly something that we as a whole community can be proud of.
Yeah.
Yes.
With
We
the
still have a
brain,
lot of work to do, though. We have a lot of work to do. So.
the work actually starts now.
Yeah.
But with the brain trust of the Black comic lords here, starting with Herschel, who did the initial challenge.
Yes.
Paul, Rich, Angel help behind the scenes. What I'm going to do, nobody else here knows this, but I'm going to dig into my pocket and I am going to put each of you in as executive producers on this book, because without your efforts, this wouldn't have gotten paid. This wouldn't have gotten made.
Wow, Tony, thank you. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm paying out my pocket to make sure you
I'll be back, y'all.
I'm going to make sure you're immortalized in history as part of this, making this book happen as executive.
Amen. Thank you, man.
Tony. Wow.
Thank you.
We really
Because
appreciate it.
there were points where you all spurred this to happen, whether it was Herschel who initiated this whole thing, Paul for letting us come on the show multiple times and talk about things and spur things on, and Rich, I ain't never said this publicly yet, but when you preached the other night on your Sunday show, you was just like, look, we said we wanted this, let's make it happen.
That's right.
Bro, you made some movement. You made some movement in the industry. So I just want you to know that publicly. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
We appreciate you, man. It's our honor. And I'm if I'm speaking out of turn, guys, let me know. But I think it's our honor to have been involved in this project. This is why we built this space, man, for something like this. And this is a dream come true for us. So we are more than happy and humbled to have been part of this in any way that we could support. So thank you.
And that flies in the face of the people who say that Black people don't work together. And it flies in the face of the other set of people who say, they start something, but they never finish it. We only get one issue of it and whatever. They've obviously never met any of my books because they wouldn't say that.
That's right.
So that's all the way from the UK.
I love haters.
And that's all the way from London. Yes, exactly.
Haters give me strength. I love it.
I do too. Actually, it's fuel for me. It's definitely fuel for me. And like I said, I'm gonna give them something else to talk about. So using that as a segue, just so that you all know, I don't know if you guys know, we got a lot of amazing artists who are doing stuff for us. We figured we'd share a couple pieces. We'll share one major piece with you tonight. Ho Chi Anderson finished his cover, and we want to share with your audience, if possible.
Breathtaking.
Wow. Man.
Yeah,
brilliant.
That is an homage to one of his covers for the King miniseries that he did back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
I thought I had enough covers.
Dude.
Yeah.
And
You
Tony,
about to hate me. Hey,
listen.
like I told you, the Black Comic Lords group is getting all the covers in that tier. And I didn't say it was only a few covers. I said all the covers in that tier. It's a lot. Trust me.
Just keep your eyes open for the Thursday announcement.
Yeah.
The Thursday announcement.
Yeah. Thursday tomorrow.
Yep. That's right. Tomorrow. That announcement.
Yeah. So with that being said, everyone in the sound of my voice, you need to follow the update tomorrow.
Oh Lord. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, my internet kicked me out. So I'm back in on my phone at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
So when I start coining the phrase, we're gonna change everything, I meant it. I meant it. And y'all gonna see tomorrow. Game change.
Amen. Amen.
So that's probably a good place to wrap this up.
Yep.
All right. So
I'm
look,
really proud that we came together, and unlike the people who sort of wait for stuff to happen to them, we went out and we happened.
Bingo. Bingo.
Made it happen.
That's the only way you change things.
let me ask y'all a question. Do any of you plan on going to Atlantic Comic-Con?
Please tell me y'all are.
I wanted to go. And I might still be able to make it happen. Got some family things, and I still got to do Epiphany engine stuff. So, but I want to go because Greg Burnham and Deron Flood are putting on an amazing show. The talent that they have at that show is phenomenal. So if you are able to check it out, please attend their show. Please, you will not.
It really looks amazing.
6-8, you can absolutely still purchase, and everyone is watching. We got funded, but there's more work to be done. Like,
The campaign has like a week left to go. So
we have about a week left.
Yeah, right.
And for those who have backed, you can go back and add on some additional rewards. And please share. Our goal is 1,000 backers. That is our goal. So we're like sitting at 700, a little bit under 700 now. We want 300 more backers before the close of the campaign. So you're gonna see this round face.
All these and you might hear his deep voice.
Yeah. To answer the question, I will not be able to make it to Atlanta, but I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm going to have a career spotlight panel on Sunday. Hopefully, Colleen Douglas can make it. And
I'm there.
All right. There's a project that I am going to announce in my panel, and that is the thing that I'm writing. That is the reason I can't go to Atlanta Comic-Con. And when it gets revealed, Black Comic Lords, you're going to want to talk with me about it. That's all I'm going to say.
You
know how to hit us up, Joe.
Hey,
carve out.
Jiba just popped back in. Jiba just popped back in. So, and this is his hashtag, his creation. And I think this is the best place for Jiba to talk about Black Comics Summer.
Oh,
all right. And then we should go. So you got to make it succinct, bro.
Came in at the right time. So Black Comic Summer started off because of the fact that I've been involved in so many projects for this Black Comic Summer. Epiphany Engine, Afrofutures, Space Funk, and even my the whole work of the Clothing Volume 2 live now on Kickstarter. Please back the campaign. But Black Comic Summer is the moment. This year is the moment. This summer is the moment. And so I had to create the logo for Black Comic Summer. And you will see throughout the summer and the next summer and in the summers of the future, you're going to have this t-shirt in your hands. Like, people going to be throwing this out. Like, this is what's going on. Right now, you see it in the red, black, and green. I also have it in the Juneteenth colors. All right, because this is universal. Black Comic Summer. It's not just the states. It's not just the islands. It's not just the continent. It is the diaspora. And this is who and what we are. So all y'all celebrate this moment, because this moment is just the beginning. We're going to have a whole lot more Black Comic Summers going forward.
That's what's up.
100%.
I wanted to give a shout out to my man, Sexual Chocolate, Randy Watson.
Mr. Randy Watson.
He has a request that you guys do a launch signing at Bulletproof Comics in Brooklyn, New York.
I've never been. I would love to go. So
that's happening.
Okay,
we can arrange that.
I'm gonna give a shout out, Joe. I know you're in Brooklyn. That's my hometown. That's my original hometown. I always give love to Bulletproof. They're the best LCS in NYC. And if you guys could do there's a lot of history. And Joe, I'm sure you're familiar with the history of Bulletproof. There's a lot of history, particularly with regard to Black creators at that store. And I think
100%.
it would be very appropriate for you guys to do a signing once that book comes out from there. So.
No, we're gonna do a signing there. I'm a second week customer of Bulletproof. When they opened 32 years ago, I was working at an art supply store down the block, and in their second week of business, a coworker of mine said he just came from a comic shop. I was like, where the hell is it? And he says, right down the block. And I went there, and that was 32 years ago. They're the longest running store in Brooklyn. Definitely a community store right next to Brooklyn College. So from a historical sense, it would be appropriate. And that will be the first of many. 2025 is going to be the year of actualization, in which the book is going to be in creators' hands, on their tables at conventions. It's going to be at stores. It's going to be available through Amazon. It's going to be available through BNN.com. So this is the work towards actualization.
And I want everyone to know, just because the campaign just got funded today doesn't mean we haven't been working. We've been working behind the scenes. So we're like 60 pages in. So we've been working. You're seeing the products, the covers, the interior art. We're moving. So you're going to see it, and we're working to have it all done in your hands. So by the time Black History Month happens next year, you will be able to have that book and read it. So we ain't stopping. We going full forward, full blast with this thing. So if you don't see us, we got our heads down and we're working for y'all. So this is what's going on.
All right. Want to thank you all again for putting in the work on this project. Congratulations to you all. Please extend our congratulations to the rest of the Epiphany Engine crew. We're all looking forward to it. For those who have been watching, it's not too late. You can still donate more money. You can still expand, get some more covers. They keep dropping more covers. I'm excited to see what the hell they're gonna do tomorrow.
Hey, when I tell you, blow the doors off.
You're not ready. Y'all not ready.
You better be sitting down. Don't be standing up. Be sitting down.
Y'all not ready.
No, I've already spent my entire monthly comic book budget.
I know,
and I don't feel bad about it at all. But I might have some more stuff I have to purchase. Listen,
guaranteed.
We have another show after this one. It's gonna close out and it'll automatically start the next show.
No problem.
So be sure to stay tuned, watchers of this. So again, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank everyone. Thank you, Black Armor Lord. Thank you, fans. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Our producer can let us out. He's
grandson.
All right, we out.